It's all fun and games till we get into the ring, and then you find out who's softer than Aquafina. If you can't stand the heat, stay away from my arena, cause all I bring is heat. You can call me jalapeno, keep my name out your mouth unless you're trying to sing accolades that you get from seeing a champion. Belt, trophy, your ring. If you gotta show your bling, then tune in to the shit where we talk about it, man. But if you tune in, you better know it's showtime. And every time he speak, man, he gonna speak his mind, keeping the straight facts while others they just assume we're keeping it 100 while faking there's no room. With the loudest interviews and the hottest guests, you done dealt with the rest, now roll with the best. But before I forget, let me get back to the script, introduce you to the host of the ship, Darren Smith.
Welcome to the ship here. We are live on Radio Row. Darren Smith with you live in Los Angeles, California at the Convention Center, day 3 of Radio Row excitement. With me, our very first guest of the day. We have a lot of guests lined up. Following this guest, we'll be joined by NFL legend Brandon Marshall.
Darren Smith.
So, of course, I had to let my brother do his thing. With us right now, we have from Bellator MMA, Mr. AJ, the mercenary one, McKee. How you doing, sir?
Oh, another day in paradise. I'm hanging in there. How you doing today?
Doing well. First of all, man, what brings you to LA and Radio Row this week?
Well, I was born and raised in Long Beach, California, so this is home for me. What brings me here? Media Day, I guess. This is the biggest media day I've ever seen in my life. So for me,
oh man, wait till Friday.
This is surreal. Oh, I won't be here.
Friday is going to be hell.
Really?
So.
See, that's probably why I'm not here.
Look,
well, good luck with that.
For those of you all who may not have Showtime or some of these other fight channels and haven't seen him on pay-per-view, he is 18-0 with 6 knockouts, 7 submissions, 5 decisions. He fights at the featherweight division, 145 pounds. And yes, this Darissa, this ain't the stuff that you buy like on WWE.com. This here, this that real stuff right here. So tell my audience a little bit about yourself. You know, how'd you get started? What made you decide to go in this direction?
Well, my father, he was first generation fighter, pioneer of the sport, wrestler dominantly. He grew up boxing, though a lot of people don't know that. So my father, he's big inspiration, not just in my life, but many others. You know, he's welcomed the doors to anybody and everybody. So any of the great first generation fighters you can think of, from Rampage, Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, like anyone, you know, Tyron Woodley, like anyone you could possibly think of. I've more than likely seen him in our gym growing up. So you know, he's kind of paved the way for me, and I've been able to watch everyone else's career and duly note down the do's and the don'ts of their career, but also having my father in my ear at the same time. Not just as a coach, you know, he's kind of molded me into who I need to be, you know, but while letting me find myself at the same time. And I think that's just the most phenomenal part about him is he's different, you know. He's different as a coach, he's different as a mentor, he's different as a friend, and he's different as a father, but at the same time he's still that same person.
AJ is, of course, the #1 ranked pound for pound fighter in Bellator and is one of the very best in all of MMA. So of course, look, don't let people mistake you. Don't let this man's size fool you now. You know what I'm saying? He might have to, he wanted to eat to pick me up and wrestle me down because I'm going to throw some barbecue in front of him. But you're former Gracie national grappling champion, but you started wrestling when you was 4 years old. Did you always know that you wanted to, you know, follow your father in these type of footsteps or what?
Yeah, my dad didn't want me to fight though, you know. Him fighting early on in the fight game, he was fighting for $50 back in the day. So for him, it was more about the pride. You know what I mean? He genuinely liked to fight, and with the sport growing and becoming a sport and growing into what it's grown into, he saw what was ahead, and he didn't want me following those footsteps. You know, so that's where I kind of say I didn't choose the fight life, but it chose me because my dad didn't want me to fight, but I knew what I wanted to do, and knowing my father being a world champion, having certain things, certain goals that I've set for myself. My father was world champ, so I wanted to be a world champ.
a lot of people want to, and I generally ask this question of fighters and stuff, but what, and the audience loves to hear the people's response, but what is it that made you want to, get hit upside the head and vice versa?
Well, it's actually what made me want to train harder so that I don't get hit and I don't take damage. Um, yeah, my father was a good wrestler, so he never really stood up on his feet, and if he had problems in a fight, he'd just take the person down, ground and pound them. I have that same skill set, but I'm a more evolved version of him. So I like to stand up. I like to put on a show for the fans, and always get that flashy head kick knockout or just something the fans want to see. Um, yeah, my father he is made the mixed martial artist that I am, and I've learned from him. I've learned from him and everyone else. But it's really for the fans. That's the big motivation. For me, it's the stats. Like you said, 6 subs, 5 knockouts, and or 5 submissions, and so forth. And yeah, man, it's about the stats. 18-0. I'm looking forward to becoming a champ, and then seeing where the world lies after that. And yeah.
Well, a lot of people who don't know, you real two-division champion, Patricio Pitbull, to become Bellator's MMA featherweight world champion, as well as $1 million Grand Prix winner. You train with Sean Merriman. Now, of course, a lot of people know play for the Chargers in San Diego. Now, I knew he practiced and stuff, but athletes that do that, you don't never really see them, kind of go into the ring, but they do practice stuff. What's it like working out with him and training with him?
It's crazy, man. Just because him at that size, him at that strength, you know what I mean? Moving around with somebody that athletic at that size, it's surreal, And then for him to come in and to step into our world, you know what I mean? It takes a lot to come in to someone else's gym to train and just hop in there. Like that's like me just going and hopping on a practice football field. You know what I mean? And you got Tom Brady and this person, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, oh my God, like it's a lot to take in, but I feel like that just comes from being a certain type of athlete and being able to adapt. And Sean Merriman's one of those athletes, you know what I mean? And I think there's many athletes like that, and they usually stand out in their sport.
Now you are again, you're doing your appearances and stuff on radio, but of course it's all about football, Super Bowl week. You got your Super Bowl jersey on. So who do you see winning Sunday's game and why?
Come on, man. You already know LA Rams all the way. That's not even a question.
We don't assume, where I come from. So look, I'm with you. I got the Rams winning Sunday as well. Is there a particular matchup though that you're looking forward to in that game, or you just just going to be a fan of it? And
I'm just be a fan of the game, man. I was a big fan of LBJ, still am. So having him here in LA is dope, man. He can go out there and do his thing. Yeah, it's LA, man. I feel like LA's always got to be on top.
Matthew Stafford, do you think, as a fan of the team, but for what they gave up and also what they gave up to get Jalen Ramsey and the money that they're paying, do you think that only a win will be payoff, or do you think just getting to the game is good enough?
Nah, we gotta win. We gotta win, bro. You know, it's dope, man. I feel like everything being new, the team being new, you know what I mean? New location, new arena, new championships. It's a new start. It's a new scratch for LA, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think this is gonna be the game. It's gonna be a shutdown.
Speaking of championships, I know. Look, you got your Bellator MMA title here. What's next up for you?
Apparently, Patricio is getting a rematch, so I'm gonna have to go
exercising that clause, huh?
Apparently, he had the 55-pound title, so I was looking forward to fighting him for that belt, but he released it to his brother. Yeah, so we're gonna defend this, beat him up, put the icing on the cake one last time there, and see what lies ahead after that.
What's a fight schedule training session like with you?
Man,
for you, more or less.
There with my dad, not fun. So I wake up.
So like when you prepared to face him before you won, what was that training period like?
It's a 6 to 8 week fighting camp. A lot of running. You have your morning runs. You have sprints, depending on where we're doing camp, where we're doing fight camp. Sometimes I like to relocate, get out and about, and then come back and kind of simmer down and then get dialed in. But for the most part, yeah, it's a lot of runs. It's running's key. I picked that up from the boxers, Floyd and so forth. Running's key. Mitt work at nights with pops. Strength and conditioning, couple days out the week, and that's about it.
You're big on social media. How can people follow you and find you on social media?
AJ McKee 101, one and the only one. So you know where to find me. Check me out. Appreciate the support, y'all, and LA on top.
And so most of your fights are locally, or do they send you all over?
I've been all over. That's the cool thing about Bellator. I've gotten to travel the world, and
Still waiting when you had to come to Kansas City, man.
I have not fought in Kansas City. I have not fought in Kansas. I would love to fight in Kansas. I got a couple of friends from Kansas.
Just for future reference, because you didn't know this, and everybody knows that we educate people. When you talk about Kansas City, you're talking about Missouri. If you come to Kansas City, you say, "Oh, well, Kansas." You don't hit that Kansas City, or you don't get Kansas City, Missouri. There'll be some problems for you. I don't want you to have that. You might Bellator MMA, but I'm telling you, brother, the street,
there's something different.
Kansas, Missouri, big difference, man. Look, man, wish you all the best, man. I know you still have some hits and whatever to do, man. But congratulations on all your success, and we definitely gonna be following you because I get all the emails from Bellator, man. The guy wanted that. They're coming to St. Louis. Later on this year, I think March 12th actually. So they'll be in St. Louis. I don't know if you're going to be on that card or not, but
I think we're setting a fight in mid-April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I may let you
contract's not signed. That's what we're waiting on, though. As soon as that's signed, I'm ready to go, baby.
Man, look, you the champ. They need to meet your demands.
Nah, I just need to sign it out of line. I just want to fight.
Yeah, but you don't want to fight for free.
I agree. 1,000, 1,000,000% on that one. I agree. But 27 youth years, you know what I mean, coming into my prime, I'm trying to be in there 3 to 4 fights a year, and that's what I was used to. You know what I mean? So to slow down, I don't know if I could do that.
I know that's right. AJ Mercenary McKee, thank you so very much. We're going to take a quick time out. You're tuned into The Ship. Right here, we are live from Radio Row in Los Angeles, California.